So let's understand about what is hyponatremia. Okay, I'll not waste time here. I'll just put it as less sodium. Okay, so this is hyponatremia. Now, when I say hyponatremia, that means I need to know what is the normal concentration of sodium in the plasma. Okay, so what is the normal concentration? That is around 135 to 145 milliosmol per liter. Okay, now when I say hyponatremia, that means if the concentration of the sodium from the plasma is less than 135, this is my baseline. If it is less than 135, that means there is hyponatremia. Now there is certain gradings also, like mild, moderate and severe. I'll just put it here. If it is less than 135, it is mild, then you just go 5 less. Okay, like if it is less than 130, it is considered as moderate, and less than 125 is severe. So now why is it important? So why is it important? In order to understand that, we need to understand the concept of osmolality. Now what is osmolality? Or osmolality. Okay, so if you know about osmolality, well and good, or else if you need to concentrate here. So what do I mean by osmolality? Now there are two terms. One is osmolality, the other one is osmolarity. What is the difference? This difference is, in osmolality it is considered as per liter. Okay, and then and in osmolarity it is considered as per kg. Now what is per liter and what is per kg? That what is nothing but the number of solutes. Okay, solute means what? Some components were in the solvent. Now let's suppose if I take one glass of water here. Okay, this is my one glass of water. This is, let's take pure water, pure distilled water inside this glass of water. Now when I say it is pure water, that means in the water, apart from H2O molecules, apart from just H2O, there is nothing else. So that is pure water. That means, okay, I'll just come to it. Now next I'll take one more glass of water. Now in this, again I'll pour the fresh pure water, only H2O molecule water. Now in this I will add 1 teaspoon, one spoon of this one salt. Okay, let's take sodium chloride, the normal salt. Now in this one I have added it. So what will happen? Just think of it. Now let's take another case where I'll take one more glass of water and I'll put 15 spoons of sodium chloride. Now we have three scenarios. In the three of the glasses we have pure water. In the first one is just pure water. In the second glass it is pure water plus one spoon of salt. In the third one we have 15 spoon of salt. Now when I say osmolality of the first glass, I will say osmolality is 0. Why? Because there is nothing else inside the fluid apart from H2O molecules. There is no solute. Practically there is no solute here, right? What about the second one? Inside this I have at least 1 spoon of sodium chloride, which will again split into sodium and chlorides. Okay, now again that means if I put like suppose 1 gram of this sodium chloride, that means essentially there will be 2 components. It will split, it will become 2 components. But whatever it is, we don't need to quantify it here. The osmolality is not less than, not equal to 0. You're getting my point? Some osmolality is there because some solid particles, some crowding is there. Some crowding where? Crowding in the water. What about in this case? We have 15 spoons of sodium chloride. That means again osmolality is obviously not equal to 0, but it is 15 times more than whatever this is, right? So now we understood what is osmolality and when it is what osmol, right? Fresh water, 0 solutes inside that, 0 osmolality. Some solute, not 0. Too many solute, again not 0. But what are we trying to understand? We are trying to understand the nature of the water. What is the nature of the water? The nature of the water is like what? Gold digger. Okay, so wherever there is more solutes, water will go there. That is the simple funda, right? So here there is no solute, here there is some solute. So what do you think water will go? What does water want? Water want wherever there is more solute, I will go there. So water will go from here to here in order to balance the concentration. Now if I take, water will go from A to C. Do you think water will go from this way or this way? Obviously it will go from this way, right? What about these two cases? So in which of the glasses we have more solute? That means more concentrated. This one is more solute, this one is more solute, and this one is less solute. So again, water will go from here to here. Simple. So what is the nature of the water? Nature of the water is wherever there is more solute, that means water will go towards more osmolality. Fine. So this is what we understood. Now, how do we put this in our body? Now let's suppose when I say hyponatremia, hyponatremia, that means if I draw a blood vessel here, let's suppose this is a blood vessel similar to that glass of water, and let's suppose here I have some cells, okay, some cell cut tissue cut cells, or maybe let me draw a, what is this? This is a brain, okay. Now when I say there is this is hyponatremia. Hyponatremia means sodium is less. That means solute is less. Solute is less means osmolality is less. Now if the osmolality is less compared to these cells, it is cells, this in the brain cells or whatever the cells, if the osmolality is here higher, that means what will happen? Water will enter here, water will enter here. So what will happen at the end? At the end, water will leave the plasma, the extracellular volume, and water will enter into the cells. So if this is my normal cell, okay, he is doing his regular job, he wakes up in the morning and he's like, okay, what is my task today? Let me do my all the work and all. But suddenly there is hyponatremia and there is too much of water entering into the cell. Oh my god, his day is ruined. He will be now swelled up like this, like a fat thick boy, okay. And if there is excessive swelling, if there is excessive water, this will again rupture. There is a tendency to rupture, and if rupture, the cell will die. So essentially what is happening? So if there is hyponatremia, in all these cases there will be fluid will be entering into the cells, and this can cause something called as brain edema, which can cause seizures, which can cause coma, headache, dizziness. What are all the brain symptoms? Okay, so this is the basic understanding of what is osmolality, what is hyponatremia, how does this thing work, right? But many of the time what happens is, it is not the concentration of the sodium inside the blood vessel that goes down. Many of the time this also happens that if there is too much water, now let's suppose this is my normal concentration of sodium, whatever has to be there, it is there. But because of some unknown pathology or anything, if there is too much water entering into the blood vessels, okay, let's suppose you have drunk too much of water, now too much of water is inside your plasma, that means there is dilution. Again, dilution means again osmolality will decrease. So because of this dilution also there can be hyponatremia because of excessive fluid intake or excessive fluid that is entering into the extracellular volume like blood vessel and plasma. So this is like some relative thing. Whatever the sodium is there in normal, it should be there, it is there, but because of excessive water, the concentration of the sodium is went little down, okay. So this is called as dilutional hyponatremia. Now let's understand what are the types of hyponatremia. There are essentially three types, okay, 1, 2 and 3. So one is called as hypotonic hyponatremia. The other one is called as isotonic hyponatremia. The other one is called as hypertonic hyponatremia. So in every all the cases, what is less? Sodium is less. But in these are like different ways how the sodium is less. Hypotonic in the sense what? This is the real one. This is the real hyponatremia, because in this the sodium concentration is less. In this, the whatever the the true sodium concentration is, it is truly less. So this will cause decrease in osmolality. So this is true hyponatremia, hypotonic hyponatremia. What is isotonic hyponatremia? Isotonic in the sense, here the osmolality is not less. Osmolality is normal. Here the osmolality is normal, but sodium is less. Now, you might be asking, Fakar, you told us that if sodium is less, then osmolality is less. But that is not what I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you कि osmolality depends on the number of solutes, the number of whatever the things present inside the water. Now, in the blood, it is not only the sodium that is present. There is many other things, like there is glucose, there is urea, there is some any random nonsense things can be there inside the, what is that, plasma. So what, again, sodium and all these things are there, but essentially we have the glucose and urea. These are the main components in the blood, okay, apart from sodium. So essentially that means what, inside the blood there is all these particles, all these solutes, glucose, urea, and sodium. So essentially what is happening is osmolality is looking normal, but sodium is less. That means something else is more here. Glucose or urea, something else is covering up for the sodium. Hence the osmolality is looking normal, but the sodium is less. Okay, you're getting my point. So that is called as isotonic. Isotonic means osmolality is normal. Isotonic hyponatremia means sodium is less, but in place of sodium, somebody else, his friend, is compensating, either the glucose or the urea or something else will be raised. Hence it is how the isotonic hyponatremia. All right, now what is hypertonic hyponatremia? Now in this, again, hypertonic, when I say hypertonic, that means the osmolality is high here. That means it is not less. Osmolality is high here, osmolality is less. So if osmolality is less here, that means where will water go? Water will go, leave from here to somewhere else where osmolality is more. But in this case osmolality is high but sodium is low. That means again sodium ka concentration is less, but something else like glucose, urea, they can also be fatty acids, lipids. Okay, all these things will be more inside the blood, and that is what is compensating for the sodium, as well as it is overshooting, that the osmolality is becoming higher, right? But the sodium essentially जो concentration है sodium का वो तो कम ही है, ठीक है? So that is hypertonic hyponatremia. So let's see कौन से condition में क्या देखा जाता है. Then we'll end this, okay? Because I don't want to extend unnecessarily. Now hyponatremic ये तो normal sodium कम है, osmolality कम है. तो ये आइसोटोनिक हाइपोनेट्रीमिया कब हो सकता है? जब अगेन अगर ग्लूकोज ज़्यादा है, यूरिया थोड़ा ज़्यादा है, या फिर अगर फैट के मॉलिक्यूल्स थोड़ा ज़्यादा है, लिपिड फैट तो एक ही है. देयर आर सम कंडीशंस लाइक मल्टीपल मायोलोमा, जहाँ पे प्रोटीन्स बढ़ जाता है अपने सीरम के अंदर, ठीक है? वो जो गामा प्रोटीन्स होते हैं ना, बेंस जोन्स प्रोटीन, जो कि यूरिन से निकल जाता है. सो उसके अंदर भी inside that also what happens is inside the plasma there will be high amount of protein, all those multiple myeloma things. So there also it can be seen. In case of hypertonic hyponatremia, there can be it can be in case of uncontrolled diabetes. If the diabetes is not controlled, too much of sugar inside the blood becomes thick, viscous, like syrup, sweet syrup. So that in that case, then maybe in case of high urea, high creatinine level, all these things can cause hypertonic hyponatremia. तो ये हाइपोनाइट्रेमिक वाला कहाँ पे दिखता है? और जैसे कि तुम्हारा डायरिया हो गया, देन वॉमिटिंग हो गया, जहाँ पे दोनों, एक तो फ्लूइड का भी लॉस हो रहा है और एक तो तुम्हारा सोडियम का भी लॉस, मतलब ज़्यादा लॉस हो रहा है, ठीक है? सो इन डायरिया वॉमिटिंग के कंडीशंस में हाइपोटोनिक हाइपोनाइट्रेमिया, जो कि ट्रू हाइपोनाइट्रेमिया है, ठीक है? इवन इन केस ऑफ स्वेटिंग बर्न्स में भी होता है. ऑलराइट, सो विल एंड दिस हियर एंड देन विल कंटिन्यू in the next lecture. Fine.